Well, I want to thank Vice Chairman Klobuchar for choosing this important hearing topic that will be explored in a joint economic hearing both today and tomorrow. Given the growth gap which America is experiencing, in which the current historically weak economic recovery translates into 100,000 fewer new jobs each month, and workers realizing only a mere fraction of the increase in real disposable income during an average recovery, it's important the Joint Economic Committee carefully and objectively examine the economic and fiscal effects of our current immigration system and proposed reforms. If we wish to remain the world's largest economy through the 21st century, the economic objective of any immigration reform must be to maximize potential economic benefits for the nation while minimizing costs to hardworking American taxpayers. My belief is that we must close the back door of illegal immigration so we can keep open the front door of legal immigration. My frustration through the years of this politically charged debate is that Congress and the White House have failed to agree on a most basic question. What kind of workforce does America need to remain the strongest economy in the world, and what steps we need to take to ensure we have that 21st century workforce? There's little doubt the front door of legal immigration is, by all measurable standards, broken. Talented individuals with advanced education, unique skills, and wealth that could be invested here to create new high-paying jobs for American workers have been excluded or have waited years, even decades, to immigrate legally. And the current visa program for low-skilled workers is essentially unworkable. Recognizing that other committees have jurisdiction over immigration reform issues such as border security, employer verification, and paths to legal status, the Joint Economic Committee will concentrate on its principal function, which is to provide Congress with analysis and advice on economic issues. To that end, from our witnesses, I'm seeking answers to these questions. What kind of workforce does America need to remain the strongest economy in the world? And what steps we need to take to make sure we have them? In addition to developing more trained American workers, who should we encourage to immigrate to the United States, and what should be our priorities? What criteria should we use to evaluate potential immigrants? Are immigrants entering the United States under our current immigration system a net economic benefit or a net cost to the U.S. economy in the long term? What changes would you make to our current immigration system to maximize that net economic benefit to the United States economy, to the federal treasury, and to the treasuries of our state and local governments? How does the bill currently before the Senate Judiciary Committee affect economic growth in the short and long term, including effects on wages, on real GDP per capita, on job prospects for Americans, and for our long-term global competitiveness? As America continues to struggle with historically high budget deficits, are the immigrants entering the United States under our current immigration system a net fiscal benefit or a net fiscal cost to the federal taxpayers, as well as to the state and local taxpayers? How do the taxes that immigrants pay compare with the taxpayer-funded benefits they receive? And what's the impact of the immigration reform proposal currently before the Senate? Finally, what can we learn from the immigration systems in our global competitors, such as Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, that admit large number of immigrants relative to the size of their native-born population? So just as we need pro-growth tax reform, a rebalancing of burdensome regulation, a sound dollar, and a federal government credibly addressing its long-term entitlement challenges, America needs a trained, mobile, and flexible workforce that meets the needs of a 21st century economy. I welcome our witnesses. I look forward to their insight as we explore the economic effects of immigration reform.